Yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. It's not often I mispronounce games, but when I do so spectacularly. This is Kuiperium, a two-player dueling card game with a twist. And that twist is it's not solely a card game. What we have here includes hand management as well as worker placement. Now picture this. Earth has two powerful corporations that on the outside are working together to mine precious resources for the good of mankind. However, deep within their core, they are bitter rivals trying to crush the opponent to become number one in the market. During the game, players will take turns to draw and play cards, as well as place and recall workers. Doing so allows you to claim Kuiperium and respectively earn discovery points to claw your way to victory. Let's look at the components. The main board shows the starter locations in the centre and a load of slots for placing cards. This board is split into two halves, one for each player, so you can only place cards in the area under your control. These are the starter locations and again are divided, as this player owns this particular section of the starter locations and the other player will own this section, and it will become clear when we look at worker placement. The discovery board is a separate area to store the main deck of Kuiperium cards and resources represented by these cool looking crystals. Generally, the cards have a worker placement spot, a reward bonus as well as a special ability. Each player owns a shuttle meeple. During the game it makes its way along the track gaining various bonuses, with the winner being the first player to reach the end of the track. You also get your own player board that has an area to store your workers, bonus tiles and a secret lab, as well as strategy cards that provide some powerful abilities during play. That's it. There's actually not too much in the box, but it's not how many components you get, it's how you use them, right? During a turn, each player gets to take one of 5 actions, followed by the opponent, and this continues where the winner is the first player to have their shuttle dock on the last space of the discovery track. The 5 actions you can take include playing cards into the secret lab on your player board or onto the main board itself, placing and recalling worker meeples and refreshing your hand by drawing more cards. What I like here is that these simple actions go back and forth where there are no rounds, which means immediately you can see there is little downtime, so it becomes a fast-paced game. Playing cards to the main board and recalling workers provides Kuiperium resources and special abilities. These resources can be spent for a clever little mechanic to earn discovery points based on where you place your cards to move your shuttle down the discovery track. To play a card from hand, you simply place it face up in one of the slots on your area of the main board. There are some placement rules to follow where the played card must be adjacent or diagonally adjacent to previously placed cards or the starter locations. Once played, you then get to activate the card's ability. They allow you to gain resources or spend them for a special action, and some can be pretty powerful. Some cards also provide a bonus ability if played from your secret lab rather than your hand. As one of your actions, you can instead choose to place and keep one card in this area on your player board to place and activate it on a later turn. Each player has 3 workers to make use of that are placed on worker spots, but these are placed on your opponent's cards on their side of the board or in one of the 4 areas on the starter locations. Initially, these do nothing on their own, but if you choose to recall them as your action, you then start to get into the meat of the game. Removing them from cards provides a bonus such as gaining Kuiperium resources, moving your other workers around and drawing extra cards to hand. Recalling the workers from the starter locations in the centre of the board can include removing cards from play, potentially forcing the opponent to lose their worker, or to jettison a card from the game to earn a load of discovery points. Here you pay a hefty cost in Kuiperium and then choose any card on your side of the board. If adjacent cards have compatible synergy, meaning the corner colours match that of the chosen card, then you have synergised and earn a number of discovery points based on how well you matched. Anytime you gain discovery points, either by earning synergy, card bonuses or recalling workers, you can immediately spend them to move your shuttle along the discovery track. Each spot shows the cost of the discovery points that you need to spend to move there. The track navigates through various paths based on how much you want to spend or which route you want to take, and some areas even provide you with a cheeky bonus like drawing cards and resources. Lastly, your player board has 4 affinity tiles that start the game inactive. When you jettison a card, you then flip an affinity tile that matches the colour of the removed card. These tiles then provide an ongoing passive ability anytime you play a card of that colour. They remain active for the rest of the game, so the quicker you can flip these, the more powerful your actions. The game goes back and forth with each player taking just one action per turn until a shuttle reaches the last spot on the discovery track, in which case that player wins. For a game with simple actions, I thought it clever how card play and worker placement are combined. This also causes you to think carefully about which cards to play. You may want to play a card with a powerful ability, but doing so reveals a worker spot for the opponent, allowing them to gain those sorely needed discovery points to move up the track. This in turn could reward them with a bonus to jettison a card and gain even more discovery points. As a result, the game does boast some cool chain linking of actions if you play efficiently, which is quite rewarding. I like the decision of which route to take on the discovery track. The rewards here aren't game changing, but I wouldn't say no to free Kuiperium. When recalling workers, you get to do this with all workers in play with just one action, so it can be pretty powerful. Also, some cards have a wild synergy colour, helping you match your jettison card for a few extra discovery points, which is always welcome. The game also includes a basic prep tactic with regards to placing workers to be recalled and storing cards on your secret lab. These cost a turn to do so, but the rewards can be taken at a later time that suits you. Overall, the game seems to have a nice choice for actions. However, as both players are drawing from the same deck, these choices can be limited by the cards in your hand. Having asymmetric abilities, unique faction powers or starting cards would have provided a sought after tactical edge to play. At times you may feel your turn is subject to what the other player does, and therefore you're sat on rails. But this is a game of efficiency, looking at the best way to get the most out of just one action, or holding back and recalling workers at the right time. At other times you're just pushing your luck, hoping to beat your opponent to the punch. The game components have a good finish, and the board does look pretty nice when laden with cards. However, the game text is teeny tiny, including the iconography, which can make it difficult to read the cards when they're set out in front of you. Regardless, this is fun and fast paced, which is exactly what I want with a light dueling game. The rules are simple, and both card play and worker placement combine to provide an enjoyable experience. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. This is Ninja Geek Games. Cheers.